Hey guys, it's Kevin. Remember me? I know I've been gone a while.
Did you miss me?
I've been busy. Broken Bronco Garage has went on without me, but I'm back. So now today, we're gonna work on Frank. We're gonna put some hood struts and hood supports in here. Nice bracketry from Townhall Kustoms. I got James on the way, and we're gonna go ahead and get this thing done. We'll walk you through it. We'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for watching Broken Bronco Garage. Today we're here with James Roberg from Townhall Kustoms, and we're gonna be installing his hood strut kit.
Good to be here. Hey, thanks. I'm hoping this works for you as well as it's worked for me and several others.
Yeah, well, we're gonna install this today. I'm gonna let you guys watch along. Seems like it's a pretty easy install. Did you guys watch it? If you got any comments, comment below. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and we're gonna get started. Package here, this is exactly what your package will look like when it arrives. Let's see what it looks like. So here's everything you're gonna get. Everything it's gonna come with. Let's check it out. Let's do the install. Let's figure out what tools we need. All right, so we've completed the unboxing. Everything's pretty straightforward. All of the parts are the same with the exception of these two braces, and they are side specific, but it'll show you in the directions which way they go. Otherwise, all of the other parts are identical. The tools we're gonna need for this job, we're gonna need a drill with a starter bit, and if you have a step bit, he says that's recommended. We're gonna need 2 1/2-inch wrenches and a 5/16 Allen wrench. All right guys, the kit comes with this little marking tool he's made for us. So what I've done is I've put a little painter's tape behind it. Use painter's tape, especially if you're worried about your paint job. Obviously with Frank, we're not worried about that. We're just trying to find the hole. So we're gonna go ahead and use this to mark our drill holes. We're gonna go on the 3rd fender bolt up. This just rides up on the bottom of the nut for your fender. It's got a nice hole in there. Center it up, get it level. Mark it up, and now I've got my mark, so I know where to drill. I got my mark, I'm getting ready to drill. I know what's going on with Frank. If you're getting ready to drill, always look where your drill bit's gonna go. Make sure you're not gonna run into something, especially if you got one of those nice custom Broncos. Somebody might have hidden the wiring harness or put the AC lines up in the fender well. Just know where you're going with your drill bit. Now, because this is the first hole of 3, I'm gonna do something that I do. I'm just gonna put the tool back. I'm gonna put the drill bit through the tool into the hole and make sure I got the right reference point. So we're just gonna step this out to 3/8. That's the size of the bolts that are in this kit. Two, 3. So now I've stepped it down to 3/8. Okay, so we got our first hole drilled. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the mounting bracket, this down in there. I'm gonna take one of my mounting screws along with this piece right here, and we're gonna walk it in and we're gonna put that in there, and that's gonna give us our holes for the bottom side. Okay, so I've got that on just kind of hand tight so I can still manipulate this bracket. And then I'm just gonna get this bracket close to level with my fender well as I can. That looks pretty good. It's all about aesthetics, right? You gotta make sure it looks good. Form, function, and beauty. All right, so I got those 2 holes marked. Now I'm gonna take this bracket back out, drill the 2 holes. We'll be ready to roll. Gonna verify that my fasteners go through. 1. So I've got the 3 bolts in there. How's that look, James?
Perfect. Let's pull it back off and we'll reverse it.
Okay, so we're gonna take this off. I'm gonna take the tape off. You don't wanna leave your tape on there. Okay, so I've sandwiched the 2 plates, the Chinese throwing star on the inside, the triangle on the outside.
Walking the hood strut pin onto that first bolt. There we go. I'm just doing it loose so that I can make sure that I can move these left and right and find the holes with the other two fasteners.
We've got the Chinese throwing star.
This is an authentic Chinese throwing star.
We have our outside bracket. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this piece off of the hood strut kit. Right here, don't lose your washers. Those are your shims if you need them. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this bracket right there. And if you have wiring or anything like that, there's a nice gap built in behind this that'll hold your wiring harness in place. So we're gonna put this on. All right, switch to the driver's side. I've already laid my tape. I'm gonna use my marker tool. Now we're done with the lower section. We're gonna start on the hood assemblies. You're gonna get two pieces that look like this. They look the same, they're different. What you ultimately want it to look like is this long piece here with the U is you're gonna have 6 bolt holes. The 2 bolt holes in the middle that are closest to the side or closest to the end go towards firewall. So it'll sit like that. And then your actual strut mount mounts to the inside. So what it is ultimately going to look like assembled is that and that. So I'm just gonna mark them for my drill bits. All right, and then James brought up a good point, is once you get these all drilled, assemble this piece first. You're not gonna be able to get your nuts on the back of this piece right here, so assemble this before you put it up in there. First things first, drill some holes. Use better drill bits than I am.
If I ever need a drill bit, I'll call you.
Same, step it out to 3/8. And again, you're hiding all the nuts, so you're just gonna have your bolts showing through. All right, so I got these two tightened up. Now I'm just gonna undo this one. Like I said, this is just going on there for right now. Man, I didn't even know my own strength. I can't get it undone. So this is the hard part of the whole thing. James said that if you're ever gonna run into a problem with this kit, it's gonna be dropping these nuts and bolts in your hood support. So we're gonna do our best not to do that. Remove your tape. Unless you like painter's tape, it's an extra feature, pinstriping if you will. There we go. There's one. I'm just walking these nuts in there with my fingertips so I can see through the hole. All right, so we're gonna install the strut. Got a little scribe type of screwdriver. Got a little C-clip here. Just gonna pull it up and off of there.
It just slides right like that.
Just like that. And that's off enough to get it on there.
Yep.
Take your hands off. All right, so that's it for the installation. So we've got the installation done. Now we're gonna open it and shut it a couple times, and this is where those washers might come in for the shims, left or right. This is the first time you guys are watching it live on camera. Nice, okay. Beautiful. Okay, so we're We're gonna put some shims on the bottom piece here. It's good not to get rid of your hood prop until everything's done. That way we can still prop it up while we take one of these mounts off. All right, so here you have the final install. Bracketry, no cutting necessary at all. Couple holes to be drilled. Leaves a nice little gap for any wiring harness pieces that need to go through there. All the way up, you see you've got a really nice brace. Boy, that really stiffened up the hood there. So the install itself is simple. The hardest part we had, honestly, was the driver's side where I've already got a master cylinder in there, but if you're working on a brand new body and don't have the master cylinder in yet, this install is easy. These brackets here are great. They really help support Frank's hood. Frank's hood isn't spectacular. You know, it's got some dings and dents, it's a farm truck. What I want to point out is right down here, Frank is a little warped, a little crinkled, a little old, you know, he's got some wrinkles. Had to put a shim back here behind this bracket, probably pointing with my finger so you can't see it, right back there. And had to shim a little here and shim a little here. Simple washers, you can shim it out, make sure that everything fits, secures, closes, opens, holds. I mean, it's holding this old hood perfect. I'm really impressed by this kit. Like I said, the install was easy. These shocks seem to be pretty strong. We'll see how they hold up, but I'm pretty happy. I am here by myself. You guys will notice that Ed, Karen, Boss Lady, none of them are around, unfortunately for me, but they got to go play on the Rubicon this weekend. I didn't get to go, I had to be here. You guys are gonna wanna stay tuned for that video of a brand new strop Bronco on the Rubicon. Thanks for watching, guys.
Please like.
Please follow.
Please subscribe.
I know if I wouldn't, so I just gotta go do it and do it. I just gotta keep on pushing. Man, they wanna really tell me, hey, please stop it, do not do it. But I